Hello students, welcome to today's session. I hope you have devoted 2 days full for going through all the sections of IPC which we have already discussed. And you might have touched this culpable homicide and murder also. Even if some students have not touched that nothing to worry. I will make each and everything very clear. Yes, students, this topic, murder and culpable homicide, and this topic is one of the most important topic in this IPC. And in main examinations, some questions may be asked which are carrying 40 marks only out of this section 299, this culpable homicide and 300 murder. Yes, students, now today I will make every effort to make you people understand each and every ingredient of this murder and culpable homicide. No doubt earlier also slightly I have given some introduction, but today we will discuss in detail so that you may not miss anything. First of all, students, you must know what is culpable homicide, because murder is nothing else. It is also a culpable homicide which has been committed in certain special circumstances. Now today we will discuss the difference also, that then what is the difference between culpable homicide and murder. Now firstly, culpable homicide. I will bifurcate two words, and firstly let us see what is homicide. Now you may not write anything, because simply understand I will dictate each and everything. Therefore here try to understand that what is in fact murder and what is culpable homicide. Now homicide means killing of a human being by another human being. When a person kills another person, we call this is homicide. Now homicide may be lawful or unlawful. Many of you will think that how it can be lawful killing. I will give you example that how it will be lawful killing. Now A, he was sleeping in his house, and at 1 a.m. in midnight, B came by breaking open some window. Now B was having a revolver. When A saw B, that B is having a revolver, A took his gun and immediately killed this B. Now this is the lawful killing, because A is having a right of private defense. He can exercise his right of private defense where the situation demands. Now here the situation demands that he must exercise his right of private defense. Now this killing of, no doubt this is a killing of human being, but this is a lawful killing. This is not punishable, because A, he has simply exercised that right which has been given by law to him. Now unlawful killing. Suppose A has intended to cause death of B. Now A planned to go to the office of B, and A took a revolver and he went to the office of B and he fired at B, and B was killed then and there. Now here it is homicide which is unlawful. Therefore, you must know first of all which is unlawful, which is lawful. Now I come to culpable. Now culpable mean blameworthy. Now here, when A went to the office of B to fire at B, this is blameworthy. This is punishable. Now this word culpable mean which is blameworthy and punishable. Now here A is punishable, but in earlier example, when B has fired at A and A was killed, now that here we will say it is not culpable because it is not blameworthy, because it is not punishable. Now simply keep two words in mind, that culpable mean it is punishable or it is blameworthy. Now I think you have understood the meaning of both. Culpable homicide mean that homicide which is punishable, which is blameworthy. Now this culpable homicide has been defined under section 299. Section 299 lays down that if somebody causes death of another person with the intention of causing death. Now the first two lines lays down the ingredients that there must be firstly act done by a person. Then the death must have been caused with that act. Two things are very essential. One is act, and then the death must have been caused by that act. There must be causal connection. Causal connection. I will give you one example. Now A, he was in a temple. He went to a temple and he was making prayers too in that temple. And he saw his friend B outside coming on the road. Now B is his enemy. Now A made a prayer in the temple by whispering, by speaking that B may be run over by some vehicle on the road. Now he is making this prayer. Now his prayer was overheard by the Pandit who was standing in the temple. And coincidentally, a bus came from behind this person and B was run over by the bus and he was killed. Now here, death has been caused. Now, when the Pandit, he has disclosed to the members of the family that this person was making a prayer, now they went to the police station to lodge an FIR against A, that A has made such a prayer. A students, here we are to see whether A has done any act with which death was caused. Now A has not done any act because this deceased B, he was run over by a bus. No doubt A has made a prayer. Now that is immaterial. That is not concerned. We are not concerned with that. Question is whether any act has been done by the offender or not. Now, offender in this case has not done any act. No doubt death has been caused. Now this is how we are to see that two things must be there. Only then culpable homicide will be there. I will come to another. Suppose in a case A, he has fired at B. Let us see that same example. A went to the office of B and he fired at B, but B was saved. He could not die. He was admitted in hospital and the hospital authorities saved him by giving proper treatment. Now here, no doubt, this offender, he has fired at B. He has done some act, but death has not been caused. It means these two ingredients are not fulfilled. Please keep in mind, whenever you want to know whether culpable homicide has been committed or not, keep in mind that whether there was any act or not. Secondly, whether that act has caused some death or not. Now, two things are very important. Now, let us see. Yes, students, keep in mind that culpable homicide, besides these two conditions, is having three more ingredients alternatively. One of these three ingredients must be there. It means there must be an act. Secondly, there must be death. There must be one of other three ingredients. Now you have to keep in mind, that is very important. First ingredient is that if the offender is having intention to kill. Now, if the act has been done and the death has been caused and the person was having intention to kill, now we will say that if this happens, the offense of culpable homicide stands committed. Let me come to one example. Now, X has planned to kill Y. X has brought a sword from market and Y was his neighbor. And on one day, when Y was sleeping, now here X has purchased first of all sword because he was having intention to kill Y. Then on one day, X went to the house of Y and killed Y by striking his sword on the head of Y. Now here, three ingredients. One is act was done by X. What act? That is that he has struck the body of Y with his sword. Now this act was done. Secondly, death was also caused due to that injury, because death must be caused due to that injury. Now these two ingredients are complete. Now let us see one of other three ingredients. Now first ingredient, X was having intention to kill. Once he was having intention to kill, it is proved. Now how we are to prove that intention, we will discuss in Indian Evidence Act in detail, that how we will prove the intention of one person, because intention emerges from the conduct of the person. Now here, three ingredients are fulfilled. When three ingredients are fulfilled, then we say that culpable homicide stands committed. Now let us see. We have discussed one ingredient. Second ingredient, if the offender has caused such injury as is likely to cause death. Now here it is alternative of intention. If the person is having intention, then also it is all right. Or if the person has done that act with which he has caused some injury, which is likely to cause death. Now let me give one example here. Now, A has caused one injury on the person of B with his lathi. And B died due to that injury. Now here A was having no intention. His intention was to teach a lesson to B. He was having no intention. Rather, he wanted to take revenge upon this B. But due to that injury, death has been caused. Now here, it may be either intention or it may be that injury which is likely to cause death. Now we are knowing, every one of us is knowing that once injury has been caused on head, it is likely to cause death. Now the second ingredient is, let me repeat that. If the offender causes such injury which is likely to cause death. Now, you have to keep in mind that two ingredients have already been fulfilled. What two ingredients? That injury has been caused and some death has been caused. Now we are to fulfill one of other three ingredients. First is that if the offender is having intention, then also. Second is if that injury is likely to cause death. Now let me make it clear that which injuries are likely to cause death. Yes, students, if injury is caused on head, it is likely to cause death. If injury is caused on heart area, abdomen, which is or neck also. Now such injuries are likely to cause death. And here, suppose A has caused one injury on the leg of B, and it was grievous injury, but B died due to heart attack. Now here, the injury on the leg is not likely to cause death. When this injury is not likely to cause death, we will say, although two ingredients are fulfilled. Number one, that A has done some act. Secondly, B was killed. But next ingredient, that the injury was not likely to cause death, is missing. It is missing. Moreover, causal connection is missing. Causal connection means that the injury which A has caused, the death must have occurred due to that injury. Thus, here the ingredients of culpable homicide have not been fulfilled. Now let me come to third ingredient. Let me repeat again. Now culpable homicide means killing of a human being by another human being. And culpable homicide must have occurred due to the act of the offender. And the death has been caused due to that act. These are most important two ingredients. If one is missing, then we will say there is no culpable homicide. In addition to these two ingredients, one of other three ingredients must be there. First ingredient is that if the offender is having intention to kill, then also we will say it is a culpable homicide. Secondly, if the offender has caused such injury as is likely to cause death, then also we will say, example I have already given, that if injury is caused on the head, then this will happen. If the injury is on some other part, which is not vital part, we can say, then we will say that this is not, this injury is not likely to cause death. Now the third ingredient is that if the offender has done such act and that act is likely to cause death, then also we will say that culpable homicide has been committed. I will give you that example. Now, X has thrown his child in the forest because X was fed up of his child. No, here X has not caused any injury. Moreover, X was having no intention to kill the child. His aim was that he wanted to abandon the child. But he has done such an act which is likely to cause death. Now we have to see whether the child died due to that exposure or not. If the child died, we will say this is a culpable homicide. Why? Because here X has done some act, and due to that act, the death has been caused. Yes, students, let me repeat all these ingredients and I will give new examples so that you may be very clear. In order to understand what is murder, you must understand what is culpable homicide. Due to this, we will devote much time over this culpable homicide. If you have understood this culpable homicide, very easy for you to understand murder also. Now in culpable homicide, we can say there must be death, and death must have been caused with some act. Two ingredients are very essential. These two ingredients are very essential. Now then, thereafter, if two ingredients are fulfilled, only then we will proceed further. Otherwise, there is no need to proceed further. I have given you example of that person who was worshipping in temple because he has done no act. If death has not been caused, then also we cannot apply section 299. Now, if two ingredients are fulfilled, then there are three ingredients. Here, number one, intention. Number two, injury. Number three, act. Now here we can add here or. Here also or. Instead of writing here. Yes, it means one of these three ingredients must be fulfilled. Only then we will say it is culpable homicide. Otherwise, we will say absolutely it is not culpable homicide. It is not essential that all the three ingredients should be fulfilled. But sometimes there may be cases where all the three ingredients are present there. Because we can say that this is that all the three ingredients are there. Let me give an example where all the three ingredients will be available in one case. Now, X was planning to kill Y. Now, he was having intention, and X has purchased poison from the market, and he has mixed that poison in the food and handed over the food to Y, and Y has eaten that food, and his entire body was injured from inside and bleeding started. Now, in this case, what X has done? Firstly, he has done act and death has been caused. Then he was having intention. Though he has caused such bodily injury, inner side of the body, as is likely to cause death. Then, thirdly, he has done such an act which is likely to cause death. Because if we give poison to any person, it is likely to cause death. Now, the condition is that one of the ingredients must be there. Now, this is culpable homicide. I will give one or two or three more examples in order to make it clear in your mind that so that you may not forget particularly this culpable homicide. Only then we are going to that murder. Because murder is also simply culpable homicide. Yes, students, why this is very essential to distinguish murder from culpable homicide? Because if you reached the conclusion that it is murder, then it is punishable under section 302, where life imprisonment may be there, where death penalty may be there. But if you reach the conclusion that no, this is a culpable homicide, this is not murder, then you will have to give punishment under section 304. This is very essential to remember. 304, it is dealing with culpable homicide. 302, it is giving punishment to murder. Now that is why we are to distinguish, because if all the ingredients are fulfilled, death is there, act is there, and somebody was having intention or somebody has caused such injury as is likely to cause death. But we are to distinguish that whether it is murder for the purpose of giving punishment under section 302 or whether it is a culpable homicide. Now let me give one or two more examples so that you may be clear. Now this A, he has caused one injury with his sword on head of B, and B was killed with that injury, and B was taken to hospital for post-mortem examination, and the doctors have certified that this injury is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. Now here we will say that this is a culpable homicide amounting to murder. Now I will come to this murder, then I will give more examples here. Now, what is murder? Section 300. Now we are concerned with section 300. Section 300 says that if culpable homicide is committed in any of 4 circumstances, then it will be culpable homicide amounting to murder. Then we will name it to be murder. And there are 5 exceptions also. Section 300 lays down 5 exceptions, and it lays down that even if it is proved that somebody has committed murder and his case falls in any of 5 exceptions, then it will be culpable homicide. It will not be murder. The person cannot be given death penalty, or person cannot be given life imprisonment under section 302. Now let us see which are those 4 circumstances. Now here you have understood 3 circumstances. That in culpable homicide, there must be 3 circumstances. Now, if the culpable homicide has been committed, it has been committed with the intention to cause death. First ingredient of this culpable homicide, if first ingredient of culpable homicide is fulfilled, then we will say it is murder. I will give one more example. Now, X was having intention to kill Y, and X has gone to his friend's house, and he made request for giving his revolver. Now this friend, he has given a revolver, and on one day he took the revolver and fired at Y when Y was sleeping in his own house, and Y was killed. Now here X was having intention. Once he was having intention, now thereafter it is immaterial what type of injury is there or not. Once he is having intention and he has done some act and death has been caused, we will say this is murder, unless this case falls in any of 5 exceptions. Yes, students, keep in mind this. You will also now say that on the one hand, you are saying that it is culpable homicide. On the other hand, you are saying that it is murder. Students, murder is culpable homicide because it is culpable homicide which has been committed in certain circumstances mentioned under section 300. Now you have to keep that thing also in mind, that if intention is there, then it will not be simple culpable homicide. In fact, keep this thing in mind, that culpable homicide is a genus. Culpable homicide is a genus, and murder is its species. Murder is its species. In other words, let us see, all these are here culpable homicide, but these are murder. Now this circle contains all the culpable homicides, but certain categories of culpable homicide are murders. In other words, we can say all murders are culpable homicide. But all culpable homicides are not murder. Because in order to qualify that a culpable homicide is murder, we are to fulfill any of 4 ingredients given in section 300. Yes, students, now I will come to next point. Second ingredient under section 300 is that if the offender causes such injury which he knows that this injury is likely to cause death. Now here special knowledge is there. Here we have said that some injury which is likely to cause death. But once the offender himself knows, he is having special knowledge that this injury is likely to cause death, then it will be murder. I will give you one example. Now this A, he was having knowledge that B has been just operated upon because B was suffering from heart attack. And A knows that if small fist is given on heart area, B will be killed. Now what A has done? On one day, when B was sleeping, A caused one fist blow, very slight fist blow, but B died because B was suffering, just he has been operated upon. Now here A was having special knowledge. Now let us see X. X has caused 2 fist blows on heart area of Y, and Y died. Now here, this fist blow given on the heart area in a normal way is not likely to cause death. Therefore, we will say here, although death has been caused, but X will not be liable. I have already disclosed to you that injury should be likely to. Now here, had he caused that injury with a knife or with some instrument, maybe iron, maybe a lathi, then of course we could have said that this injury is likely to cause death. A fist blow is not likely to cause death. Now therefore, in normal way, a fist blow is not likely to cause death. But in this case, A was having special knowledge that a fist blow can cause the death of other person. Now here we will say that A will be liable only for under section 323. He may be given punishment for 3 months, 6 months, up to 1 year under 323 of IPC. But there, because he was having special knowledge, now here it is murder. We will not book him for culpable homicide because it will be murder. In murder, death penalty can be given, life imprisonment can be given. Yes, students, 2 ingredients we have discussed of murder. One is that if it is intention, we will say, no, it is a culpable homicide amounting to murder. It is not simple culpable homicide. This culpable homicide is amounting to murder. Now, secondly, with regard to injury, if injury is likely to cause death, we will say it is culpable homicide. But if injury, the offender knows that this specific injury is likely to cause death. Now, thus, keep in mind that it is the degree of probability of death. It is the degree of probability of that. Now here, when somebody causes, let me here give one example. I will create one more example here. Then it will be better to proceed further. Now, X has caused one injury on the head of Y with this award. And head of Y was partitioned into two parts. And the doctors have certified that this injury is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. Now here X will be liable for murder. Let us see. A has caused one injury, head injury, with this award, with the lathi. And this injury is likely to cause death. Moreover, doctors have not certified that this injury is sufficient to cause death. Yes, student, this is the third ingredient of murder. I will reproduce again. Third ingredient of murder is that if the injury caused on the person on that deceased person is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. Now it means it is the doctors, they will certify that this injury is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. Now if this is there, now here the injury on the head of Y was with sword. And the doctors have certified that sword injury on the head is sufficient to cause death. No, this will be murder. But in this case, A has caused one lathi blow on head and B died. No doubt, this injury is also likely to cause death. But here it will remain culpable homicide because the injury is not sufficient to cause death. Now keep this thing in mind. Now, in other words, we can say out of this ingredient of culpable homicide, 2 points are raised in a murder. One is that if injury has been caused and the offender knew that this injury is likely to cause death, then it is a murder. Secondly, if the injury is caused and it is certified by the doctor that this injury is sufficient to cause death, then it will be murder. It will go from the category of culpable homicide to murder. But if the injury is caused with lathi, which is not sufficient to cause death in the ordinary course of nature, then we will say it is culpable homicide. Now in this case, in the case of sword, degree of probability of death is more. But here, degree of probability of death is less. Yes, we are to distinguish this because degree of probability of death will determine whether the culpable homicide is simply culpable homicide or it can be termed to be murder. Now, therefore, in other words, we can say it is the gravity of the act, gravity of the injury, which will determine whether it is murder or culpable homicide. Because not only students, but even many high courts, they have given such verdict where Honorable Supreme Court has laid down that the High Court has not rightly decided and they have not rightly held the accused to be liable for murder or culpable homicide. But if you understand the ingredients of this culpable homicide and ingredients of murder, while deciding a case, yes, students, while deciding a case, it is the duty of judge to go through the wording of section 299 very minutely. If the session judge wants to convict the person for murder, he must minutely go through each and every word of that section 300, because 300 section, it defines murder. Therefore, each and every word is having its own importance, because we are to interpret the word and we are to see the real intention of lawmakers. And High Court cannot go beyond these provisions, these wordings of section 300 or section 299. Now let me here give more examples here. Let me first of all conclude this fourth ingredient also. Fourth ingredient is when the offender has done such an act which is imminently dangerous and in all probabilities death is the result, then we will say that now it is murder. I will give you one example. A is having his child who is 4-year-old, and he has thrown the child in a swimming pool. Now, in this case, A has done an act which is here likely to cause death. It will be covered under section 3. Now, in case in that swimming pool, some crocodiles are there, and A has thrown his child. Now, here, A has done such an act which is imminently dangerous, and in all, there is a probability, in all the cases, probability is there that death will be the result of that, because crocodiles will kill the child, will eat the child immediately. Now here, this is the difference. This is the difference when we will bring, now if he has thrown the child simply when there was no crocodile, that is culpable homicide, because here also he has done that act which is likely to cause death. Now this can be compared with other, let me give some other example of the child. Now X is having 4-year child, and he has left the child in a forest. Now this act is likely to cause death. When it is likely to cause death, morning it may be, child may be saved. But probability of death is there. Probability of death is there. Now in case X has thrown that child before a tiger which is coming towards him. Now in such a situation, we will say, no, if it is a tiger, tiger will definitely eat the child. Probability of death is more if the child has been thrown before a tiger. But if the child has been left in the forest, probability of death is less. Yes, students, these are the ingredients. Here we are having 3 ingredients of culpable homicide. And in definition of murder, sometime in preliminary examinations, High Court simply asked that murder has been defined in which section. Now, murder has been defined in section 300. Sometimes they ask simply that culpable homicide, it has been defined in which section. Now, the culpable homicide has been defined under section 299. Now, here 4 ingredients are there under section 300. First ingredient, now keep in mind that these 2 ingredients are attached. Here also in culpable homicide, there also in murder. It means these 2 ingredients must be there, because without these 2 ingredients, we cannot proceed further. In other words, unless these 2 ingredients are there, we cannot go further. Now, after fulfilling these 2 ingredients, let us see one of 4 ingredients must be there. One of 4 which are, it's the same. It is the same here. The same ground that if a person is having intention to kill and he has done some act, death has been caused, we will say it is murder. Now you have to keep this thing in mind. No doubt, still, students, you may be confused. Nothing to worry. Your confusion, your ambiguities will be absolutely removed in coming days. Raise any query, raise any question whenever you face. But firstly, understand that. Listen to me simply. I will dictate each and everything in next lecture, whatever we have discussed. But you have to understand each and everything. Here there are 3 grounds. Now you may say here that then what is the difference? Here also intention is there. There also intention. Yes, students, it means if in culpable homicide, in simple word I will say, if in culpable homicide intention is there, we will always bring this culpable homicide in the category of murder. And we will say that this culpable homicide is amounting to murder. It is not simply simple culpable homicide, which is punishable under section 304. Rather, it will be murder, punishable under section 302, where death penalty may be there, where life imprisonment may be there. Now, first ingredient in murder. Now, let us see, or which are other ingredients. Second ingredient is that if injury has been caused and the person was knowing that this injury is likely to cause death, because he is having special knowledge. Ordinarily, that injury may not attract such provisions. I have given you example that if ordinarily a fist blow has been given, we will say that this is not likely to cause death. How a person can be booked for culpable homicide even if the person has died, because the person was not knowing. It means now here knowledge is very essential. If knowledge is not there, then we cannot book him. Then it will be a simple injury. 323. Let me give one more example here. Now this A, he was having knowledge that B was operated upon his head, and if a slight blow is given to B on head, B will die. Now A has given simple fist blow and B died. Now in case A was having no knowledge, he was not knowing that whether B was operated upon or not. and he has caused simple slapping on head, and B died. Now, in that case, in second case, he is not liable for murder because he was having no such knowledge. He has, in ordinary way, he has slapped. Now, in such a way, he will be liable under section 323, simply where maximum 1 year imprisonment is there. But if he is having knowledge, then it is a murder, where death penalty may be there, where life imprisonment may be there. Now, third ingredient is that if the injury which has been caused is sufficient to cause death, then we will say it is, when it is sufficient to cause death, then it will be murder. If the injury is likely to cause, now it means you are to make yourself well familiar that when this injury is likely to cause death. Now that is the art which you will learn within 1 or 2 days. Today itself you will learn that art to decide that whether this injury is simply, we can say it is likely to cause death, or whether this injury is sufficient to cause death. Now here, let me give one more example. X has fired at Y on the head, and Y died. Now A has given 2 lathi blows on head, and B died. Now these 2 lathi blows are likely to cause death. But head injury with bullet is sufficient to cause death. Now this is the difference between two. Here injury and there injury. There is sufficient to cause death. It means involvement of doctor is necessary, because it is the doctor who will tell, who will certify that this injury is sufficient to cause death. No doubt, many times courts may also determine on the basis of gravity of the injury that this injury is also sufficient to cause death. Now, fourth is act. If the offender has done such act, and by that act he is likely to cause death, now then we will say it is only culpable homicide. But if the act is imminently dangerous, I have given you examples. If the act is imminently dangerous, and in all probabilities, death will be the result, then certainly we will say, no, it is a murder. It is not culpable homicide. Now, please keep these things in mind. Now, I will give you one more example. In fourth point, if the offender justifies that he has done that act which is imminently dangerous due to these reasons, then we will say it is not murder, it will be culpable homicide. Let me give one example here, that how we will say that it is justified. Now, husband and wife were living together, and husband used to beat wife, and they were having a child of 1 year old. And on one day, wife has decided to leave the house. because she was fed up of the maltreatment given to her by her husband. On one day, she left the house as 10 p.m. when her husband was sleeping. And when she uh, came out of house and she has walked some, say, 100 meter, now she has heard some steps from behind. And when she turned and she saw that her husband is following her, now she was having a child in her lap. Now she became panic there. Now in panic, she immediately ran away towards well. A well was there. She jumped into the well. Now child was also in her lap. Now here she has done such an act which is imminently dangerous, that in all probabilities child will be killed. Now here she has done this act under this clause fourthly, and she is liable for murder. But justification is there that she was afraid, because she was afraid of maltreatment of her husband. Had she not done this thing, she has been beaten mercilessly by her husband. Now here her action, this action is justified. We will say when she is having excuse of incurring such risk, then certainly we will say it is not a murder, it is a culpable homicide. Now this is our fourth point. Let me give one more example here. And I will ask you people, think at home that what offense it is. Now X has locked the house of Y from outside, and Y, along with his family members, was sleeping inside the house. And X has blown ammonia gas from through cooler side when cooler was working, and ammonia gas entered into the room where Y and his family members were sleeping. And when some of them tried to come out, the door was locked from outside, and all the persons died inside. Now you think whether he has done this act which is likely to cause death, or whether he has done that act which was imminently dangerous. And in all probabilities, death will be the result. We will say he has done that act which is imminently dangerous, and in all probabilities, death is the result, because the ammonia gas, it is very dangerous. Nobody can live. He cannot live for 2 or 3 minutes if he is kept in ammonia gas. Now, therefore, X will be liable for murder because he has done such an act which is imminently dangerous. Now, one more case. A was a lady. She was having a child, and she has thrown a child in a railway track. At that juncture, when the train was coming at its own speed, Now here, the mother has done such an act which is imminently dangerous, and in all probabilities, death is the result. No doubt, it may be that due to engine, due to the strike of that engine, the child may be thrown out. That is different thing. But we are to see that all the ingredients of that murder has been fulfilled. If the death has been caused, because again I will come to these two, always keep in mind that if death has been caused with an act, then it is culpable homicide. Culpable homicide will amount to murder if it is fulfilling all the four ingredients mentioned in that section 300. Now let us see. In this case, if the child has been thrown by engine of the railway out, and the child was simply injured, and the child was not killed, then she will be liable for making an attempt to commit murder. Why? Because all the ingredients of section 300 are fulfilled. When all the ingredients are fulfilled and the person was not killed, it was alive, then section 307 will be applicable, because section 307 deals with attempt to commit murder. For the purpose of applying section 307, we have to see first of all that whether somebody has done some act, whether any of the four ingredients of murder was fulfilled. Now here, act was also done, and one of the ingredients of murder has been fulfilled. Now, if death has been caused, then section 302 will give punishment. If death has not been caused, then section 307 will be in operation. Yes, students, I think all of you might have understood this culpable homicide and murder. Now, in the next lecture, I will dictate each and everything about this murder, culpable homicide. We will discuss multiple examples also in order to make the concept very clear in your mind. Yes, students, I think you are well prepared for your coming test. All the best. Thank you.